It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for the Leaders in Customer Loyalty series, the Brand Stories edition, and it's great to have you with us every Thursday. Today, we're going to be talking about convenience. Convenience stores, that is. The convenience industry continues to undergo transformative changes, with a growing emphasis on higher quality products, customized food offerings, and deeper customer connections. More than ever, ensuring that the employees are engaged, understand the customer loyalty program, and actively participate in ways that benefit both themselves and the customer is critical for success. One brand excelling in this approach is Weigel's, which operates 85 locations and continues to expand across Tennessee. They have a strong footprint in the region, and Weigel's places both the customer and the employee at the heart of everything they do. Today, we're joined by Jessica Starnes. She's the Director of Loyalty at Weigel's. She's going to discuss the success they've seen in the My Weigel's Rewards program. Jessica, thank you very much for taking your time to join us today. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. For those who may not be familiar, please give us a short introduction to Weigel's. Why was the company started? How was the company started? It'd be great to know that.
Absolutely. Weigel's is a family-owned convenience store chain based in East Tennessee. We are currently operating 85 stores, and we started out as a dairy farm.
Okay. And what's led to its success?
To be honest, if I had to sum it up in one statement, it would be our commitment to always doing the right thing.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your role within the organization? How did you get to where you are today? Were there positions that led you to this role, an epiphany? How did you get into running the customer loyalty program?
Yeah, so this is my 16th year with Weigel's, and I began my career here at Weigel's as a data analyst, and I moved over into our prospect department, and I spent almost a decade there, and then on to category management, and then now as my current role as director of loyalty.
Okay. When you look at kind of the kind of challenges, opportunities we see in the market, we love to talk to those who are running customer loyalty programs to understand, what are the biggest opportunities or challenges that you face? What keeps you up at night?
It's definitely the data. So for us, there's many data sources that need to come together to complete the whole analytical picture for loyalty success, and being able to grab all that data from all the tech stacks and bring it in and analyze it.
Okay. Great deal of disruption in most industries, convenience store being one of them. More personalized, more highbrow offerings in a number of the kind of convenience stores. When you look at the industry, how is your industry changing holistically?
So the convenience store industry, in my opinion, is at a very exciting stage. I feel like collectively, we've never been more tech trend forward. Customers are definitely responding to that evolution of tech driven loyalty and customer service. They want to be met where they are. They want the value that they want. And we here at Weigel's, we're adding some tech stacks and some partnerships to try to meet customers where they are and give them that more personalized approach.
Okay. There seems to be a pretty significant opportunity to engage the younger audiences. They don't often get involved in the loyalty program right away, but when brands can effectively get them involved in the program, they become pretty significant advocates for the program. I know you just recently launched an NIL partnership. Can you tell us a bit more about that? And is that an attempt to kind of engage with the younger audiences?
So NIL is a big part of our marketing program at Weigel's, and our director of marketing, Nick Trentafilla, in my opinion, is the best NIL brain that's out there. His intellect on the subject matter is superior. That being said, we feel like NIL reaches all demographics, not just that younger audience.
Okay. And how are you using that to engage with the disparate audiences, the NIL process and approach?
So we use that. We are very fortunate that we have to happen to be nestled amongst the University of Tennessee.
Okay.
So our community is all about Tennessee sports all the time, 24/7. And so we have really been able to lean in to NIL to become that sports conversation in our community.
Okay. And what does customer loyalty mean to you and to Weigels? We love to get a perspective from those who are running customer loyalty programs. So, we'd love to know what it means to you and Weigels.
Yes. So customer loyalty is the reason we're here, right? We're here to be a service to the community and to let them know that we're grateful. And and we're so excited that they chose us to do business with. So we use that as a platform to provide that service and to as a method to show our appreciation to our customers.
Okay. When you look at the My Weigel's Rewards program, how does that fit into the vision you have for customer loyalty within your organization?
It's our way that we give back. So it is our opportunity to let customers know that we appreciate them, we value them, and it's just a way to give back to them.
Okay. Loyalty360 is a member-based association. We meet quite frequently with their brands, usually once, twice a week on different topics. The whole idea of prioritization within organizations around customer loyalty is a pretty significant topic right now. Some brands put customer loyalty first, right? It's the heart of kind of a larger customer-centric approach. When you look at customer loyalty within your organization, how is it prioritized? How is it socialized within your organization?
So I'm very fortunate to belong to an organization that puts customer loyalty as one of the strategic pillars. We have a couple strategic pillars that we go to business with, one of them being food service, and one of the other ones being loyalty. So it is a top down, all hands on deck, very important, prioritized to everybody.
Okay, perfect. There's a great significant amount of discussion right now pertaining to value. Do customers have value in the customer loyalty program? Does the organization find value in the program? Does the brand find a value in the program as well? So, but also value kind of extends to products, right? There's a big push in some for private label brands. Value meals are back in force. So when you look at value, especially in convenience retail, inflation is kind of hitting right now a little bit. The shifting brand preferences play a major role. From your perspective, how has the customer search for value in recent years evolved at Weigel's?
So we definitely see that the inflation, and we see the customers are seeking value. We do think that's one of the reasons why they participate so aggressively in the loyalty program is for the additional savings. One of the strategies that we launched last year was our $6 value menu. So it's a way to give a value menu to our customers without them having to go to a QSR. So they can come to the convenience store and get a meal for $6 value.
Okay. When you look at some of the technologies that you have, that can be a pretty significant challenge for brands as well, making sure they have the right technology, it integrates with the current technology stack, that it's working in a very synergistic manner. Are there plans to add new technologies, maybe AI or other platforms that will enhance the personalized approach that you have?
Yes, we are actually currently working with PDI Experience Designer to test personalized rewards, and there is AI components in that personalization.
Okay. I read that you launched My Weigel's Rewards for employees in 2024. That seems to be a growing trend as well. Oftentimes, brands will not let the employees participate in the program. There's fear of kind of employee gaming and/or theft potentially. But getting them involved in the program, having them understand the program more holistically is a big piece. And I think, as you mentioned, it's a commitment within the organization. One of the two pillars you have. Can you tell us a little bit about why you let the employees participate in the program and how that's working?
Yeah, so our employees have always been able to participate in our My Waggles Rewards program. We added the employee component. We had a couple goals in mind. One is we wanted to motivate and retain employees. We wanted to provide tangible benefits back to our employees.
Okay.
Then we wanted to create loyalty ambassadors. So selfishly, we wanted them to utilize the program more so they could talk about the program. And so our core program gives our customers food and fuel discounts. And then we layer in like employee only freebies, clubs, sweepstakes, and discounts. And it's really important to us as being a loyalty strategic pillar for our entire organization that our employees all the way down to the cashier level are just as engaged and just as informed as everybody in the corporate office.
Okay. And in what ways does the rewards program contribute to employee motivation and engagement?
So we believe that My Waggles Employee Rewards creates sort of a VIP experience for our employees. being a people first organization, we're rewarding our employees is very important to us. Letting them have the new items as a freebie to try them before they come out to the market, before we put them in planograms. It gets excitement around the product, it gets excitement around the program, and then they become ambassadors for whatever we're trying to launch.
Okay. Voice of the customer, voice of the employee, VOC, VOE are very important as well, especially if you're able to effectively leverage the feedback they're giving you. When you look at the new program, what feedback have you received from your employees, and how have you leveraged that in kind of going forward with the program?
Yeah, so we've seen really high adoption rates for the core program, as high as 70% on our food discounts. So we've leveraged that as what's working and what we need to add and what we can change. So as we add in different layers, we look at the adoption rate. And if the adoption rate's lower, then we say, okay, that's not something that they're loving, and we try something different. And before we roll something out to our customer base, we're going to roll that out first to our employees and let our employees give us that feedback via, they vote with their purchases. They vote with how many transactions they do with their My Weigels rewards card. And we use that data to determine whether something's successful or not. So that's one of the ways that we're utilizing the feedback.
Okay. The new program allows employees to kind of get discounts, offers, personalized kind of experience offers from local businesses that help provide incremental value to the program. Yeah, partnerships can be somewhat of a challenge for brands, making sure that it's mutually beneficial to both brands and to both audiences. How does Weigels usually approach partnerships and create them in a very synergistic manner?
So we're very fortunate with our location being in Knoxville, which is the third largest city in Tennessee, and being located right outside of Sevier County, which is the top tourism city in the state of Tennessee, to have the ability to get with some of these great organizations like Dollywood, for example, to partner for employee discounts. And so we just reach out to these organizations and say, we have this employee program. Is there any way we can get some discount rates? We negotiate some discount rates. And in return, we can do some advertising. And then also, when our employees go visit those tourist attractions, they become advocates for that brand.
Okay. When you look at your customer loyalty program, customer experience efforts you have, what are two or three things you're most proud of?
So I would say one of the things I'm very proud of is 3 years ago when we kind of started redesigning our loyalty program and really trying to put a lot of effort into it. We were sitting at a 12.5 penetration rate, and today we average at a 42% penetration rate. So that tells me that our customers are really loving the program. They're engaging with the program. They're utilizing the program. So that's one I'm very proud of. Another one that I'm proud of is we added 2 years ago, we added points into our core part of our program. Previously, we didn't have points or a catalog. Once we did that, we doubled our registered users in 14 months. So very proud of that as well.
Okay. And last question, somewhat self-serving, but what can Loyalty360 do to help you and your team with their customer loyalty efforts?
So I would say continued education, trend information, continued benchmarking, not necessarily just in our C-store industry, but across all industries.
Okay, excellent. Well, now it's time for our wonderful quick fire question. We'd like to keep these to a word or a short phrase, or I get in trouble with Hannah and the content team, and I don't like being in any more trouble than I'm already in. So this would be good. So what is your favorite word?
So I have a favorite phrase, go balls.
There you go. What's your least favorite word?
I'm not a fan of profanity, so anything profanity.
Okay, well then don't come close to me during the conference.
Yeah.
What excites you?
A good comeback story.
There you go. What do you find tiresome?
Monotonous task.
Okay. Is there a book that you've read that you'd like to recommend to colleagues?
Yes, I actually just finished Loyalty Programs Complete Guide, the second edition.
Okay.
And it was really great. I honestly couldn't put it down until I got halfway through.
Okay. Is there a profession other than the one you currently are involved in, obviously customer loyalty, that you may like to attempt?
Yes, supply chain.
Okay. What do you enjoy doing that you often don't get the time to do?
Go into any Tennessee game.
Okay, that's good. And who inspired you to become the person that you are today?
I would have to say my relationship with Jesus Christ.
That's awesome. And what do you typically think about at the end of the day?
My to-do list.
There you go. And how do you want to be remembered by your friends and family?
Someone who walked a Christian path and gave their all.
That's awesome. Well, Jessica, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. It was great getting to know you and also learning more about the My Weigel's Reward Program. Looking forward to meeting you in Orlando, and thank you for taking the time to share your story.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today. Make sure you join us back every Thursday for our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series, the Brand Stories Edition. And until then, have a wonderful day.